Let's make an automation that takes posts from a blog like this and automatically posts them to Reddit. First thing we need to do is grab all the URLs, put the URLs in a spreadsheet with two columns with checkbox. The B checkbox says it's okay to post this, it's approved, and the C checkbox says, okay, it's posted. And after each cycle of posting to Reddit, we want to set up a couple of new checkboxes for the next time that we run so that they get posted the next. So there are two things we need to do. For just one time, we need to go to the XML sitemap, pull it in, and create the spreadsheet. And from then on, we don't have to do that task anymore. But every day, then we'll run the second task, and that's going to be this automation that reads the spreadsheet, parses the URL in order to search for it in WordPress, get the title, and then post that as a link to Reddit, and then tell the spreadsheet, yep, we're done, and set up a checkbox in the B column so that the next time this runs, it's automatically found. So let's set up this spreadsheet. What we're going to do is use the HTTP get file to get the sitemap. In this case, it's this post sitemap that Rank Math creates. That's going to produce a giant XML file that we're then going to parse with this match pattern. Now, I'll put the blueprints below so you don't have to remember this, but what this is doing is grabbing, look inside the parentheses, it's grabbing the URL starting at https:// as well you should.com, and then anything that comes after that up to the first slash. Your site's URL is going to grab the URLs and put them in the spreadsheet. They're gonna all pile up in this aggregator, this array aggregator. The extract links match pattern module will put out a match $1 when there's a match, and then the whole array of URLs represented by $1 in each of those cases will get put out to the Google spreadsheet in one giant fell swoop. The array of $1s or array of URLs will get put out to the spreadsheet. Then we'll add our checkboxes so that we can process it every day and post to Reddit. So we have a blank spreadsheet that we're going to create a new set of URLs in, and let's run the HTTP get file and bulk add all of the URLs to the spreadsheet. Now that we have that, we're going to put some checkboxes into into the column. Okay, actually, I don't want blog to be posted because that's just a catch-all. So let's do these checkboxes here, and then we'll drag this down so that, let's say, the entire set of URLs now has checkbox. So for the first time through, we would run this, we would say, we'll just check one row, and we're saying that's approved. And then we want the automation, when it's done posting it, to say, okay, you're done. And also check the next one for tomorrow when it looks for a new approval. So we are already done that since this is a live project. So let's look at the live project. So these are all the posts that are already on the subreddit. And then for the next run, we've got this one, hormone balancing recipes for perimenopause. So the last post was the one prior to that, which was hormone balancing recipes for perimenopause. And I've got 7 hidden perimenopause symptoms. That's this. So that's the last. Yes, that's the last one that ran. So this was approved, and then it was marked as done. And now hormone balancing recipes for perimenopause is the next one that's going to get processed when we run that. Or it would run at 9:08 tomorrow morning. So the way that this works is we're going to read the spreadsheet. We're going to look for a line where B is true and C is false, where approved is true and already posted is false. And then we're going to rip the slug, which is the last part of the URL, out of the URL to get the slug. So in this case, it would be hormone balancing recipes for perimenopause, because that's how WordPress knows this post in its database. We're going to strip that out so that we can search WordPress for that value, both in the search field as well as in the slug field, because there's a little bug in the search posts WordPress module that if you only put what you're searching for in the slug field, even if it's an exact match, it doesn't work. But if you match on the search field as well as the slug field, then you'll get the post back that's represented by that slug. Then, so long as we get hit, which is because the ID, we know we had a hit because the ID has a value exists, then we'll use the Reddit module to post to, this is the name of the subreddit, and it's a link type of post, and here is the link. Then we'll mark column C as done, and we'll go down to the next row, and we'll say to row B, you're next. And I'll explain this after we run it. So let's run this. And what happened? We see that we got hormone balancing recipes for perimenopause. Then when we parsed that, we got the slug. Then we searched for it, and we got ID 41917, and that is hormone balancing recipes for menopause. So there's our slug. So now we know that the title of this is this title here. We could also post a text post with the excerpt if we wanted to. It's another option that you have. And then we checked to see, did we get a hit? And the ID came back as, and then the ID came back as, yes, there is an ID. And so then the Reddit module posted this link, this title to this subreddit, and here's where we would find it. We'd have to go grab that from our output to see it. Probably easier just to pull it up, and there it is. So posted 1 minute ago. Then our update a cell went down to the same row that we read from, so 91, to cell C, and marked it as true. And what that did was it said, here's your approved and now posted marker. And then the next row said, okay, let's mark tomorrow's as ready to go, which is this line 92, vitamin supplements for perimenopause, and now that has a check, so it's ready to be found tomorrow.